Alrighty, boys, our moment of truth. Hey, what's up guys, Tommy here, back again with another video. Finally, I'm back. I'm going to be making a follow-up video on why I haven't been posting so much recently. But anyways, I have something interesting going on and I thought I'd show you guys because maybe you can learn a thing or two from it. But anyways, the gist of it, I'm trying to add a cooling fan to my Enduro e-bike so it doesn't overheat so much when I'm driving up in the mountain. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how I do it. If you're new here, you're watching ENDOPRYSM. I make videos on all the things that you like. So if you haven't already, go ahead, hit that like button, leave a nice comment down below, and most importantly, subscribe so I can continue to make more great videos like this, which I will be doing. And let's get right into it. So this little pile of wires right here is basically everything that hooks up my electronics, such as the lights and the fan that I'm going to add to my battery. Today I'm going to be squeezing my fan in there and showing you guys exactly how I do it. I'm planning on mounting my fan underneath the bike, under this little wire tray here so it's hidden from view. Hopefully what this fan is going to accomplish is better the airflow throughout my bike, making the controller less likely to overheat, as that's been a problem for me. So step one, of course, is figuring out, okay, how am I going to set up these wires so that everything works in unison, right? So what I'm trying to do here is hook everything up to this little voltage down step, which takes power from the battery and converts it to 12 volts. And I'm trying to see how effective it would be if I hooked up both the fan to this as well as my lights. So of course I'm thinking, okay, is this thing going to overheat once I add a fan to it? Because it already gets warm with just the lights. Or is there going to be a little feedback loop going on with the fan? Is the fan going to be cooling it down as the thing heats up because it's supplying more power to the fan? Anyways, this is an interesting thing for me to think about, and I'm interested to see how well this works once I get in the bike and I'm riding around. But yeah, something to think about. Without further ado, let me get into the explanation of how I actually wire all of this up, because I know some of you use this information for your own bikes.
We have our power coming from our battery, 72 volts, going into these wires right here. We have a ground and a positive. Positive is going into this positive wire here, negative is going into this negative. It does its magic here, and it comes out here at 12 volts. So we have our negative and our positive wire. As you can see, I actually have the tips of these wires prepared for the lights for my bike, right? But siphoning from these wires are the wires which are going into my fan. So we have the positive here, negative one here. But let me show you the interesting thing. We have a little switch wired up here. This way we can turn the fan on and off, and let me show you how I did that. So right from this fan, we connect the positive wire to the positive wire here. It goes into the fan, and then the negative wire is actually hooked up to this little green wire here, which is the negative to this switch. So the power is going through here, and then we have this little switch. When it's turned on, it goes through here and goes out into the other wire through our negative wire, and then as you can see, I have it hooked up to the side of the wire coming out of the side of the negative wire coming out of the voltage down step, and that's basically how we supply power to this fan. And when we hook up those two, this fan will turn right on with this switch.
Alright, so now that I've explained how all of that stuff hooks up, how it all works, it's now time to figure out how we're going to drill into this frame and mount this fan. So I originally thought cutting through my frame would be a pain in the ass, as in the past it has been. I usually just use my Dremel to do this, and I was using these little bits which came with my Dremel, and to be honest, they're not really great. I thought they were the best option because they're just what I've been using the last few years. I actually ended up going to Ace Hardware, and I found these bits which are made specifically for cutting steel, and surprise, surprise, they actually worked way better, and I got this job done in about 10 minutes. Anyways, this thing is done. Let's go. Alrighty boys, just got this thing cut out. If you're wondering how I'm gonna mount this thing, hot glue, baby. That's how I mount most things on this bike, and it's worked out pretty well for me so far. Anyways, before we do anything else, I'm gonna go ahead and clean all of this up because there's dust everywhere. Anyways, boys, as you can see, I got my fan in there. As you can see, it's not a perfect job. It's a little bit bigger than my fan, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because all of this is gonna get covered up. And as you can see, I have my fan sticking through there. So what I'm gonna end up doing is probably tape it a little bit and use some hot glue to keep it in there because there's no real stress being put on this fan. So that should be all I need to really keep this thing in here. And yeah, guys, so this project's looking up. I can't wait to glue this thing in place, put this panel on, and wire up all the electronics and see how this thing works. Alrighty boys, so as you can see, I got this thing fully done, everything connected, and as you can see, I'm in love with the end result. We got our switch up here, which as you can see works like that. We have our fan blowing air onto our controller, onto our connector right here, which is something that I've had issues with melting in the past, although that is a very strong connector. So I'm very happy with our end result. I would test this thing out in this video, but unfortunately I actually have a dent somewhere, as you can see right there, on this hub motor, which I don't want to make worse by riding this bike around. So I'm gonna have to fix that first. But anyways, guys, if you want to see me test this thing out, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to leave a nice comment down below telling me why you'd like to see that, which of course, yeah, I know why you want to see it. Just leave a comment for the algorithm, please. And make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Wait, did I mention the like button? Yeah, I did. But boys, this was a fun project. I hope you learned something, and I will see you guys soon in the next one. Later.